What's up, Coach?
How much? How we doing?
Have you guys responded from the bye week? Kind of what's your assessment of your team going into this week's game?
Oh, everything has just been the same. Just us getting better at what we do. Just practicing, just teaching as coaches and guys getting fundamentally better. And, obviously we did a little preparing for our opponent.
Cristobal said that each position group there's 3 things he kind of focused on to get better at, from each group. What was your group's 3 things to improve on?
Oh, it's the same thing. It's just, technique, the fundamentals, and we always work on tackling. So those are our 3 things in the secondary.
What have you seen from Aaron Fuller, and how big a threat is he to defend this week?
Washington has a good team, but it's about us. It's about our preparation, just about what we're doing, and just the same thing, just going out there and preparing for each game, no matter who the opponent is.
You're a longtime Pac-12 guy. What do you know about, or what do you think about winning with Washington and Oregon?
I mean, it's a game. Yes, you're right. I've been around the Pac-12, and all these games are the same, to me. You got to get your team ready to play. You got to motivate them, and really, nothing separates any team. It's about the team who's going to come out there and is just well prepared. Who's going to go out there and execute, who's going to play with great effort and tackle.
It's always important to pressure an opposing quarterback, that when the stat splits are as stark as they are for him, and he faces pressure when a defense can get after him.
Is that what you see?
Well, the stats would show at 3rd and 7+, he's the worst in the league. At 3rd and 6 and shorter, he's the best in the league. So I would say yes, and I've watched the Auburn game because I was there. So yeah, how important is it to create pressure on him?
I think it's important to execute whatever call that Coach Levitt calls. So our preparation is going to be with it.
Ugo's coming off a good game against Cal. What have you seen out of him and what's gone into his season this year?
I mean, Ugo just did a great job of just, leading and taking, amongst himself to make sure that he's doing the right things and executing the right techniques. He's doing a lot of studying film. He's been up, every day. He'll come in and ask me what he wants to see, or what we want him to see, and then he'll go take the group and he'll get some extra meeting time. So I think that's helped him a lot.
Yeah, how have you noticed some of the younger guys just feeding off of his energy and leadership?
They're watching. They're watching the way that he prepares, the way that he practices. So that's good. I mean, you got a guy like that that's doing well, doing a lot of this stuff off the field as well as on the field. You want to make sure that those guys are following in those footsteps.
Washington lost a couple guys, but still one of the most explosive offenses probably in the Pac-12. Is this the toughest challenge you guys have
Really?
had?
Who'd they lose?
That's what. Well, I mean, they lost. What was that? Thank you, Pettit. It's not Pettit. But I mean.
Oh, you're talking about last year?
Yeah, just from last, just about last year.
I thought you were telling me somebody got hurt.
No. But just in general, how explosive they are. Is it the toughest challenge you guys have faced as a defense this year?
I say this: it's all about us. I mean, if we play the way that we're capable of playing, the first 3 quarters like we did against Stanford, if we play and get turnovers the way we did against Cal, and we prepare and everybody's disciplined, then it doesn't matter who's on the field.
With a new play caller for them on offense, there has been changes statistically. Have you noticed any changes in what they do compared to a year ago?
I think they're a very good football team, and they're well prepared, and we're well prepared.
What did you see from Javon to get playing this season?
Javon has, he just keeps playing. He's still learning, on the defense, but he just keeps playing. And what I see him is him getting with Ugo, and they're studying and watching film, and he's just following that lead, and he's taking a lot of coaching, just focusing on technique and fundamentals, and he has great ball skills, which allowed him to get those interceptions, a couple weeks ago.
Statistically, Aaron Fuller is one of the better receivers in the conference. What's kind of the challenge that teams have with covering him?
I mean, I just think you have to go back to your technique and your fundamentals. You got to know where your help is, and you have to execute.
All right, thank you, Coach.